Okay, good morning class. So yesterday we started with a topic on polynomials. We spoke about the definition of polynomials, and we spoke again about the degree, the numerical coefficient. We spoke about the index, which is also known as the exponent. Then we spoke about the constant term, and we did a substitution sign. Okay. Then we went on to exercise 1. We spoke about ascending and descending order as well. Then we went on to exercise 1. Alright? And we answered those questions regarding that polynomial, which is also written in descending order. What is descending again? Biggest to smallest. That was on page 23. Alright. And we did the substitution again there. Then I gave you the remainder of the exercise for homework. Not so. So in number 2. Okay. Let's look at number 2 quickly. Okay, number 2 we are told, given 5x plus 6x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3 minus 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 6x. They say simplify and write the expression in ascending powers of x. Okay, so if you're going to simplify this and write it in ascending powers of x, we're going to first add our like terms, not so. And 3 is on its own. So 5x plus 6x is going to give you 11x. Positive 6x. Is that positive or negative? Positive 6x. Cubed minus 5x cubed. So it will be positive x cubed. 2x squared minus 2x squared cancel. Plus 3. So they want you to write it in ascending order. So ascending means from smallest to biggest. So which term has the smallest x coefficient there? X exponent? The 3. Why? Because there's no x exponent there, not so. So if there's no x exponent, okay, there's no x exponent, then that means to say if you've got 3 on its own, and I have to write the x next to it, that will be x to the power 0. So anything to the power 0 is 1. And 1 times 3 would remain 3. So to write this in ascending power is going to then be 3 plus 11x plus x cubed. Okay. In B it says now find the degree of the polynomial. So this is the answer to A. So B, the question says, the degree of the polynomial. What's the degree here? The third degree. What does the degree tell us? The highest exponent on x, so the highest index on x. Okay. This is find the value of the polynomial if x is equal to negative 1. This is 3 terms, people. And 3 terms is also known as what? Trinomial. 3 terms is trinomial. So trinomial, binomial, polynomial, monomial, all form part of the polynomial set of numbers. Okay. So the polynomial, if x is equal to negative 1, so wherever I see a x, I put a negative 1. You will understand that? So it will be 3 plus 11 into negative 1 plus negative 1 cubed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this. So it's going to be 3. What's 11 times negative 1? Negative 11. Plus. Negative 1 to an odd exponent will always be negative. So it's going to be negative 1. Let's sort that out. So it's 3 minus 11. What's negative times positive? Negative 1. So what is 3 minus 11? Negative. 8 minus 1 is negative. Okay, any confusion there? No. Okay. Then you went there to do on page 24. You are given another expression, another polynomial there. Let me cut that out. As you can see, I'm taking my time with this here because it's a question that is commonly asked in the exam, where learners majority of the time just mess up the question. So take note of this question. It's very important. It's not a lot of marks. Sometimes it's like 6, 7 marks. For you, it's not a lot, no? But for those of you who wants to get an A for maths and maintain an A, these are the type of questions that we must get right all the time. Okay. Right, number 3. It says simplify and write the polynomial in descending powers away. So now they're working in the reverse now, or they're working with from biggest to smallest. Are you all okay with that? Okay. Go letter back, you're okay. So we are given 27ab minus 16a4b squared plus 8 open brackets ab cubed all cubed minus 6 plus 3a squared. So what needs to be done first here? Brackets. Not so? So that would simply give us 27ab minus 16a4b squared plus 8 a cubed b cubed minus 6 plus 3 a squared. The question says write it in descending powers of a. You see there's a b variable as well. They're referring specifically to a. So the highest exponent on a is this one here. Not so? That's what I'm going to write first. Do I write it with or without the negative? With. Why with? The negative is part of the term. Well done. What comes after that? Positive. 8a cubed, b cubed. As you can see, there's a4, a cubed. There's a squared. Can you see that, people? So next is going to be plus 3a squared. Then plus 27ab. Then minus 6. And there we have written the polynomial in descending powers of a. Do you all understand? This is the answer to a. Let's look at the question B. The question is, now find the constant term. Once you have now simplified and written the expression in descending order, now they want you to simplify. So which means to say I must use this here and take it from there. You all understand? Right. So let's go. What is the constant term? Negative. Remember that the sign is part of the term. If you had written 6, you would have gotten some one. Okay? Let's look at C. C's question is the numerical. What is the numerical? The number. The numerical coefficient of the first term. So this is the first term. Not so? So the numerical is the number. So the numerical coefficient of the first term is? Negative 16. Okay. If you write negative 16a4b, you're going to get the sum. Okay, so you're not answering the question. People, how many terms are there? 5 terms, no? What separates terms? Plus and minus. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that wasn't a question among the questions. Okay. People, let's look at B. The index. What is index? Exponent. What is the index of B in the second term? So that's the first term, second term. The exponent of B in the second term will be 3. You all understand? What is the exponent on X in the fourth term? The exponent of B in the fourth term? The exponent is going to be 1. You all understand? Eh? There's no exponent, there's always a number. But the question was specifically for the second term, so it's going to be 3. Let's look at E. In question E, the value of the expression if A is equal to -1 and B is equal to half. So here we must do substitution. So wherever I see here A, I put the -1. So it's -16 into -1 4 times a half squared plus 8 times -1 cubed times a half cubed plus 3. A is -1 squared plus 27 times -1 times a half minus 6. Okay, the minus 6 is just behind the calculator. Move it over. There we go. Are you all okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion? No. So what do we need to do now? Simplify. So remember, without the use of a calculator, we are doing this. Okay? So let's look at the first term. So it's -16. -1 to the exponent 4 will be +1. What is a half to the 2? 1 over 4. So half times half, no? Plus 8 into -1 cubed. -1. 1 over 2 cubed. 1 over 8, yes, well done. Plus 3. -1 squared. +1. Plus 27 times -1 times a half minus 6. I could have simplified that second last term there at that point earlier. Okay? I'm just going to carry on here. Again, once you watch the videos, okay? Sometimes you just need to fast forward, you don't need to watch everything. You just look on the page and find this here. Oops, not that. This. Okay, that will tell exactly where we are, which page are we on. Okay? Right, so let's carry on. So that's going to give us negative times positive times, no sign is also positive, it's going to give you negative. So that will be 16 over, remember that's over 1, it will be 16 over 4. And 16 over 4 is 4. Positive times negative times positive is what? Negative. So that would be 8 times 1 times 1 is 8. 1 times 1 times 8 is 8. 8 over 8 is 1. Positive 3 times positive 1. Positive 3. Now this is positive times negative times positive. Negative. 27 over 2 minus 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out my numbers first. So minus 6 minus 1 is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 3. Minus 2, negative 2 minus 6, negative 8 minus 27 over 2. So what's my LCM at this point? 2. You all agree with that?
Yes.
So I must multiply it by 2, negative 16, negative 27. Are we going to add or subtract my numbers here? Add it, both is negative, but the answer is negative. 16 plus 27 is going to give you 3 is 13, 43. So it's 43 over 2 or 21 and a half, the negative. Or negative 21, all of that is acceptable. Acceptable solution. Okay.
Yes.
Then you have to do number 4, the whole of 4, no? Right. Only the odd numbers. Right. 4.1. What's your answer there? 11 is correct. Number 4.2. Sorry? 4.3. 4. 4 is correct. Okay. Number 4.5. Sorry? 21. 31. Okay, who agrees with 31? Alright. Anybody in here have something else? Yes? 20. 17. Who agrees with 17? 1. Alright, let's see what the answer is. This is number 4.5. The answer is 41. Why you say yes if only one person got it right? Didn't the girl call 41 first? Or is it 31? Oh, my mistake. So I need to say 41. 4.7. 4.7 is 2. Okay. Any of those sums you want me to do on the board? 4.3 and 4.5. Okay. 4.3. For homework, I want you guys to do number 4, the even numbers. Okay. Number 4, the even numbers. Yes? Sorry? So it's only 4.3, 4.5, okay? Okay, so at this point, what's your x value? It's a half, so it's negative 2 times a half plus 5. So remember, that's naturally over 1. What's positive times a negative? Now 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 over 2 is 1. And 1 plus 5 is negative 1 plus 5. You would say 6. But go to your number line. Work closely with your number line. You got negative 1 plus 5. So do we go up or down? Up. So how much must we go up by? 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer is 4. Okay. Remember in the exam, you can draw a number line easily. Not so? Yes. So do it. Alright. Remember, you won't be using a calculator in the exams up until the third term. From third term onwards, you will use a calculator. So all your exams, all your assignments that's done in class, all the homework that you do, you are doing without the calculator. Okay. 4.5 people, wherever we see a, we put a. So it's negative 3 squared minus 2 times. Negative 3 times 2 plus 5 times 2 squared. So what do we do now? Simplify. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. So negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6 times 2 is positive 12. Plus 2 squared is 4. And 4 times 5 is 20. 9 plus 12 is 21. Plus 20 is? Which makes 41 correct. Okay. Any confusion there? No? Okay, now we're going to look at addition on page 24. Addition of polynomials. Okay. Is there anything else that I needed to mark? Yes? Exercise 6, number 5. Just hang on. It's page what? 6. Number? 3. But yesterday we've answered the odd numbers. The day before. The previous lesson. Have we answered the odd numbers in the previous lesson? On the board. Okay, so you have to do number 5 and 3 and 5. Okay, that we will just remind me tomorrow on 3 and 5, and then we'll start off. I'll just put that in a different video, so it belongs to a different chapter. Okay. This is when we start off. When I ask what is the homework, and then you say from number, what's this, number systems, real numbers. Okay. So this is now the topic on polynomials. Okay. That is converting from recurring numbers and square roots. No? So we are on page 24. We're looking at addition. Page 24. We're looking at addition. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at the example, and the question says add the following polynomials. Okay, I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. I want you guys to write this down as well as the instruction there. Okay. So there's two ways of doing this. Okay, you can do it the normal way that we normally do it. We will just simply replace the semicolons. Do you all see semicolons there? With positive signs. So in other words, it's going to be 2a squared minus 3a plus 5. We'll put a plus here. Plus times a positive times a negative is a negative. It's going to be minus 5a plus 2. We'll put a positive there. What would that become? Positive 3 minus a plus 5a squared. So what do you think the next step would be? So group the like terms and then add them. Then I'll show you the second method now. Another way of doing the same. You can decide to do any of the two, okay? Okay, so what do we get? Still busy? Yes, okay. Are you lying to me? You're the one that lied to me? Not you. Okay, I'm waiting. Alright, so you got negative 2a squared is a like term to which one? 5a squared. Negative 3a, negative 5a minus it. You got 5, 2 and 3. You all agree with that? So what is negative 2a squared plus 5a squared? 3a squared. What's negative 3a minus 5a? Negative 8a. Negative 8a minus 1a? Negative 9a. You all understand? So what is 5 plus 2 plus 3? It's plus 3. Who got that right? Yes. Where did you go wrong? Sorry? You made one mistake. The whole sum. What was your mistake? But the 9. Okay. Where did you go wrong, girlfriend? You didn't write the negative. You write positive. You're copying. She did the same mistake. Okay. Great minds think alike. Huh? Right. Anybody else got it wrong? You got it right, Michael? Nice. Welcome. Right. People, the other way of doing it, this is what is called horizontal method. You say you're doing it to the side. We can do it vertical. The opposite of horizontal. Downwards. So basically what we do, okay, relax your bones. Alright, what we do is, let's change the color, yes. We say it's going to be negative 2a squared minus 3a plus 1. Okay. Which is the first, the trinomial, not so. Then we must add negative 5a plus 2. So we put the like terms one below the other. So we got minus 5a goes under 3a plus 2. Can you see there are like terms there? Yes. And then we got 3, where must the 3 go under the 2? There's no sign is positive. Where must the a go under the? Negative 5. And where must the 5a square go? Under the 2a square. You guys understand? So what we do now, we add. Okay. So add that quickly. Okay. So, what's 5 plus 2? 7 plus 3? 10. Now normally we go and we carry the 1 and all that. Not so. We're not going to carry nothing. Okay, why? Because they are unlike that. Right. So what's negative 3a minus 5a? Negative 8a. That's 9. Negative 8a. Now, negative 8a minus 1a. Now is negative 9. What is negative 2a squared plus 5a squared? Alright. You will understand? Alright. So the first one that was done was called horizontal addition. The second one is called vertical addition. People, any confusion there? Who needs another one to understand? You all understand, no? For homework, I want you guys to do exercise 2 on page 24. There are 5 sums. I want you to do all 5. You do it both methods. You label it horizontal and vertical methods. It's exercise 2 on page 24. Don't worry, if you didn't get it, Jada got it. Okay. Are you in the class group? Right. Just remember, that is a maths group. Mr. Humphreys is not your maths teacher. No. Listen. Don't mix up the understanding of the group. Okay. I don't want you guys to put personal things in. Okay. You guys can, amongst yourselves, form your own class group. Okay. If I need to send you a message, I'll send it there. Because what happens is I got a group for each grade. Then I got groups for outside as well. Okay, so if you put all that stuff in there, you're clogging my whole system up. Then I must delete messages. You understand? So I don't have problems. Just in future, you started a new one. Nice. So there you can talk about it. No? Yes. Yeah, you. No, if you will have now a class group of your own now. Use that as your English group as well. Okay. It's just because I don't want, because what's going to happen is over time, no? There's other people also going to be added to the group from other schools and so on. Yes. That is in grade 9 and next year, mainly next year in grade 10, 11 and 12. You'll see other people gets added to it. Now they don't want to know about your English. You understand? So do not use the maths group for that. And if she puts the homework in the group, that's it. Don't say thanks, love, and give them kisses. And unnecessary. Yes, Michael. We will sort it out. Don't worry. You just want to talk to me? No, you don't. How much I now feel? People, let's do subtraction. Subtraction is now the second one. Subtraction. On page 25. What's your name? Saliha. I thought you. Oh, we got our own already. Nice, nice. We're glad to have you. Our own. People, this is subtraction on page 25. Page 25. Example 1. So write the sum down. Right. So at this point in our lives, we are told, example 1, page 25, subtraction. The example says subtract 4a squared minus 2ab plus 8b squared from negative 8a squared minus 3ab plus 5b squared. We're going to take it one step back. If here was a 10, it says subtract 10 from 8. What would the sum have been? 8 minus 10. Not so, which is in this case. What's 8 minus 10? Negative 2. Okay. So basically whatever follows from, you write first. That's all. Whatever follows from, you write first. So in other words, this would be negative 8a squared minus 3ab, which is 2, minus 3ab plus 5b squared. minus 4a squared minus 2ab plus 8b squared. Now make a note here. Yes, Michael, what's your question? I was getting there. Okay. You're too fast. No, you're too fast. Right. People, very importantly, as he's saying, you must come a bracket. Okay, what would you like to be when you study after school? Maths teacher. Nice. Nice. No? Does he want to take my job? Nice. Listen, for those of you who don't know what to study,
Not the maths teacher, grade 1.
even the grade 1 maths teacher, it's fine. Like, why? Because we need maths teachers. Okay. And we need good ones, funny ones. Like you guys. Yes. So she wants to take my job. She's telling me what to do. But nice. I like it. Make a note there. If it's more than one term following a negative sign, you must write it. Right. Remember last year we lost a lot of marks without writing this bracket. You guys remember? In your final exam as well, there was a sum like this. Don't shake your head as if you don't remember. Must I give you another test? No, okay. I think we must start writing that Friday test again. It was nice. And listen, I gave chocolates for the people who got full marks. And I still got chocolates left. Yes. Oh, the test. Okay, so Monday is that. Okay. Thanks, Jaden. Right. Right. Ezekiel 1. Example 1. Right, so what do we do now? What do we do now? We read the bracket, not so? Before we can add like this. So we multiply in, what do we get? So firstly negative a squared minus 3ab plus 5b squared. So what's negative times positive? Negative 4a squared. What's negative times negative? Positive 2ab. What's negative times positive? Negative 8b squared. You all agree with that? Right. Like terms. So we are in like terms. Negative a squared and negative 4a squared. Negative 3ab and 2ab. 5b squared and negative 8b squared. You all agree with that? Any confusion? No. So what is negative a squared minus 4a squared? Negative 5a squared. Remember, when you're adding and subtracting, the variables stay the same. Negative 3ab plus 2ab. Negative ab. 5b squared minus 8b squared. Negative 3b squared. And this is what method is this? Horizontal method. So of course there's a vertical method as well. It's going to do it a bit faster because of the break is coming up now. Okay. Yes? No. You have a choice or not. You see, we are nice people. We don't want to restrict you to only do one method. We know how to mark both methods. You do what you choose. You do whatever one you choose. Okay. People, the second method is as follows. They say or. What must go first? Whatever follows from is written first. So it's going to be negative a squared minus 3 ab plus 5 b squared. Below that goes what? Now the 4a squared must be below the negative a squared. The negative 2ab must be lower negative 3ab. The 8b squared must be below the 5b squared. Okay, now here's a trick that comes into play. The whole second line, we change the signs. So if it's minus, it changes to a plus. If it's a plus, it changes to a minus. Why? Because we're subtracting. You guys understand? So this here is positive, it becomes negative. This negative, it becomes positive. This positive, it becomes. You guys understand? So again, whenever you're subtracting and it's horizontal, you change the signs on the line. So make a note there. When subtracting in horizontal method, make a note. Name it. Go for it. Make a note. When subtracting horizontal methods, always change the sign on the line. When we're doing horizontal subtraction, we'll change the signs of the line to the opposite side. Change the signs of the line. Am I saying something different? What is it? Good. Saying the same thing in a different way.
No.
What did I say first?
You didn't say opposite. You just said doing the sign.
Change the signs to what? If it's minus, it's plus, it's plus, it's what? What's wrong with you? The opposite side. Okay. Will you guys understand? So in other words, negative a squared minus 4a squared. What is negative a squared minus 4a squared? Negative 5a squared. What is negative 3ab plus 2ab? Negative ab. What is 5b squared minus 8b squared? Is it the same or not the same? Same. Alright. Okay, I'll give you more homework. Right, exercise 3. On page 25. Exercise 3 on page 25. I want you guys to do those 5 sums as well. So you only got 10 sums for tomorrow. But you must do it horizontal methods and vertical methods. Okay. Yes, but in the exam, listen, you're going to do both now. Okay, both. But in the exam, you have a choice, whichever way you want. Make sense? This one now, this one, this exercise. Hereafter, we're not going to do both. That's okay. Guys, let's back up.